Hi, today I'm going to be taking a look at a classic analog synthesizer that was first released in 1983. I'm going to be talking about the Korg Poly 800. Now the Poly 800 was actually the first real synthesizer that I ever owned. Prior to that I had owned a few home keyboards, a few Casios, but nothing that was an actual synthesizer. This was my first true synthesizer. Now, I mentioned that this synthesizer was first released in 1983. I purchased mine secondhand in 1994. So by that time it had been around for a few years, a lot of people knew about it, and at that time you could buy them pretty cheap. I bought mine secondhand for $150, believe it or not, and at the time it was in very good condition. Now I've gone on to become a huge fan of this synth. Is it a perfect synth? No, not at all. Is it the best synth Korg has ever made? No, not at all. But it's a very charming synthesizer, and a lot of people say that's exactly why they like this synthesizer. They like it because of its quirks and its limitations. It has a very distinct personality. Certainly the Korg Poly 800, it's not a good synth if you're looking for really hard biting lead lines, or maybe you want to find a melody to use as the lead melody in your song. In my opinion, it's not really good for that. However, the Korg Poly 800 is known as being a very airy, very soft, very surreal type keyboard that's very good for pads and chords. It's excellent for that purpose. No one can deny that. And I certainly love using this synthesizer for chords. It just has a very warm, soft quality to it. Again, it's not the type of synth, if you're looking for really serrated, harsh, biting type sounds, it's not really the best synth for that. You can certainly come up with sounds like that if you program it in the correct way, but for me it's basically a very spacey, airy, ambient type keyboard that's good for those styles of music. Now I'm going to be taking a look at all the ins and outs of this synthesizer and demonstrating a few of the sounds. I'm going to be demonstrating some of the sounds that came with the original factory tape, and we will hear what this synthesizer sounds like. So let's have a look, and then we will have a listen to some of the sounds from the Korg Poly 800. So that's my look at the Korg Poly 800 synthesizer. Definitely one of my all-time favorites, and again, I would never ever say that this is one of the best synthesizers ever made, but I certainly think it's one of the funnest and one of the quirkiest. Some people would call this synthesizer a toy. I kind of see their point, but I don't think I would go that far. It certainly is very limited, and especially by today's standards, it's kind of laughable how limited this keyboard is, but I still think it's a very charming, excellent keyboard, and certainly a good keyboard or a good synthesizer for someone to get if they're just starting to get into sound synthesis. Thank you for watching. I hope you can join us again next time. Please subscribe to my channel. I post new tech reviews all the time, and I often post videos related to synthesizers, drum machines, and electronic music, as well as home recording. So we would love to have you join our family. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.